Once upon a time, in a tranquil village nestled beside a lush, emerald forest, there lived a young boy named Ananda. Ananda was known throughout the village for his boundless energy and curiosity. His mind was like a wild elephant, untamed and restless. One sunny morning, while wandering in the forest, Ananda came across a serene pond. At the center of the pond, a single, exquisite lotus flower floated gracefully, its petals kissed by the golden rays of the sun. Ananda was mesmerized by the lotus, its beauty and stillness amidst the bustling world. As he watched the lotus, he noticed something unusual. A small, wise old monk stood nearby. The monk was silently whispering to the lotus, and the lotus seemed to respond, gently swaying in the water as if dancing to the monk's words. Ananda, perplexed by this strange sight, approached the monk and asked, "Venerable monk, what are you saying to the lotus? How can it hear you?" The monk smiled kindly and replied, "Young one, I am teaching the lotus how to control its mind, to remain undisturbed by the wind and the water's ripples. I whisper to it the ancient wisdom of our ancestors, and it listens, for it is willing to learn." Ananda was fascinated and asked, "But venerable monk, how can we control our minds, just like this lotus?" The monk gestured for Ananda to sit beside him, and he began to tell a story. Long ago, there was a great king who wanted to possess the most powerful and majestic elephant in the kingdom. This elephant, wild and untamed, was said to be uncontrollable by anyone. But the king was determined to make it his own. The king summoned the wisest elephant trainer in the land, who had a unique approach. He didn't use chains, whips, or force to control the elephant. Instead, he sat beside the elephant for hours, simply talking to it in soothing, gentle tones. He whispered tales of wisdom and love, and he listened to the elephant's thoughts. Over time, the elephant's wild nature began to subside. It became calm, disciplined, and devoted to the trainer. The king was astonished by this transformation and asked the trainer for his secret. The trainer smiled and said, "Your Majesty, the mind of an elephant, like the mind of a person, can be tamed not by force, but by understanding and patience. When we learn to control our minds, we can achieve great things." Ananda, listening intently, asked, "How can we control our minds like the wise elephant trainer did?" The monk replied, "Just like the lotus and the elephant, we can control our minds by whispering to them with gentle words of wisdom and love. We must be patient with ourselves, understanding that our minds are wild and restless by nature. Through mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, we can calm the turbulent waters of our thoughts and achieve inner peace." Ananda, now enlightened by the monk's words, realized that controlling the mind was not about brute force but about nurturing and guiding it with kindness and patience. He decided to practice mindfulness and meditation daily, just like the lotus and the wild elephant. Over time, he found his mind becoming more tranquil and disciplined. Ananda became a beacon of inspiration for the village, teaching others how to tame their own wild elephants, one whisper at a time. And so, the Whispering Lotus and the tale of the wise elephant trainer became timeless symbols of the power of patience, love, and mindfulness in controlling the restless mind.